The textbooks skip this, but imagine you're there, really there. It's 1992. It's Sarajevo. The city has been cut off, and the sophisticated financial system we all enjoy, it didn't just crash. For them, at that time, at that place, it evaporated. The most powerful people on Friday were often the most helpless by Monday. Today, I'm going to share the 3 brutal rules of the survival economy learned by those who lived through the Bosnian collapse. And I'm going to explain a truth that makes most gold bugs, including myself, a tad bit angry. In a real crisis, a $1 plastic Bic lighter is more valuable than a $5,000 ounce of gold. This is the rest of the story you might not quite yet mentally be prepared for, but listen up, stay to the end. You'll be better off for it. So, in our current world, we use wealth to show status. But in a collapse, status is a death sentence. The stories from Bosnia are filled with people who had stacked bullion, jewelry, and luxury watches. They thought they were prepared, but they made a fatal error. They thought about value instead of friction. When you try to trade a 1-ounce gold Krugerrand for a sack of flour, you are creating massive friction. First, you are signaling that you have more gold. Second, you are asking for change that doesn't exist. Third, you are putting the seller in danger because now they have the 1-ounce Krugerrand. So gold is loud. It attracts the wrong kind of attention. And in the survival accounts, gold was rarely used for daily needs. It was used for one thing, the big escape. And there will be another video on that. But it was used to bribe a border guard or buy passage on a boat. Built for 300 days of siege, though, gold stayed hidden in the floorboards because showing it was an invitation for violence. And so this brings us to the lighter rule. If you talk to survivors of systemic collapse, they don't really talk about their portfolios. They talk about lighters. Think about the physics of survival. Fire is life. Without fire, you cannot boil water to make it safe to drink. You cannot cook the dry beans that are the staple of your diet. You cannot stay warm in a city with no electricity. A single disposable Bic lighter provides roughly 3,000 strikes. In the barter markets of Sarajevo, a pack of lighters was the ultimate currency. Why? Because it was quiet. You can pull out a lighter. You could pull one out of your pocket and trade it for a tin of meat. And nobody assumes that you have a warehouse full of them. It is divisible. You don't need to break a bar into pieces. It is universally understood everybody needs fire. So during the collapse, the exchange rate for a lighter fluctuated, but its value never dropped. While the local currency became wallpaper, the lighter remained a hard asset. So if you have 50 lighters, you have 150,000 opportunities to create fire. And this is more security than the bar of gold that you can't spend. And so the final and most important rule in the barter economy is that the item isn't the asset. The person is. In my day job, I move numbers on a screen. But if the grid goes down, those numbers are just light. In Bosnia, the people who thrived, the ones who truly banked their future, were the ones with blue-collar skills. The same ones we demonize today for who knows what reason. The nurse who knew how to treat an infection with old supplies. The mechanic who could convert a gasoline engine to run on wood gas. The person who knew how to sharpen a knife or fix a shoe. These people never went hungry. They did not need to stack items because they were the item. As an iBanker, and I'm telling you this, the best hedge against a system failure is not the vault. It's in your head. Learning a trade, a craft, or a survival skill is the only investment that can't be confiscated, stolen, or taxed. We like to think that the system is a permanent law of nature, but history shows us It's just a fragile agreement. You don't need to be a doomsday prepper to understand this. You just need to be a rational analyst or student of history. Don't stop investing in your future, but start to diversify your security. Buy the gold for the reconstruction, sure. Buy the lighters for the survival. But learn the skills for the barter. And the most importantly, remember that when the rest of the story isn't found in a bank vault, it's found in the small, humble things that keep us human when everything else falls apart. If this analysis helped you see the other side of the coin, I put a link in the description to a list of the 10 most traded items in the Bosnian collapse. Stay safe, stay rational, and keep analyzing. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, each other, build that stack. iBankerU. Good day.